What's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's going to be a little bit different of a video because I'm going to do some work on my daily driver, the Honda Fit. So I was doing some maintenance on it yesterday and a few little upgrades here and there, and I couldn't help but notice my headlights look terrible. I've kind of always known this, but I figured now would be a good time to do something about it. You can see they're not the worst, but they're definitely pretty faded. So I figured it's a good opportunity to show you guys how I'm going to correct this. Now let me start by saying there are many different ways to polish and correct headlights. And I definitely encourage you, if you're doing this, to do whatever is the least amount of work. What I mean by that is if you can just wet sand them and polish them out with like some rubbing compound or some polishing compound and have them look new, definitely do that. I've done that with these headlights 2, maybe even 3 times now. So they're a little bit past that at this point. The last time I tried to sand and polish them, there's like some just weird distortions in the plastic and it didn't turn out good. So if you're like me and your headlights are a little bit beyond that, I'm gonna show you guys how to take care of it. Like I said, there's a few different ways to do this, but pretty much all of them are gonna start the same, and that's with wet sanding. We're gonna start sanding with 400 grit. Now you can sand them on the car or you can take them off the car and sand them. It doesn't really make a difference. If you are sanding them on the car, definitely tape around the headlights. So you'd want to tape along here. It's funny, you can actually see there's some sanding marks there from one of the times I did this because I didn't tape that. See that little dull area? So definitely tape around the headlights so you're not sanding your paint like I did. Today, I'm just gonna pull the headlights out. I'll show you guys why I'm gonna do that in a bit. But for now, I'm gonna get these headlights out and start sanding them. All right, with the headlight off the car, we can go ahead and get sanding now. Like I said, we're just gonna start with 400 grit sandpaper and we're gonna sand it wet. As with anything you're sanding, what you are looking for is consistency, and that's what we've got on this headlight here. So I just finished sanding it with 400 grit. You can see it's a nice, consistent, dull finish all the way across. There aren't any shiny spots left over. So we can move on. From here, I'm gonna wet sand it again, this time with 1000, just to get any of the deep scratches out, and then we'll move on from there. All right, headlight has been sanded down now with 1000. Doesn't really look any different, but again, consistency is what we're looking for, and that looks pretty consistent. Now, this is where methods kind of part ways, right? If your headlights were not in that bad a shape, or if they've never been corrected before, chances are you can stop sanding here. You can use some buffing compound and then some polishing compound and they will look brand new. Like I said, mine are a bit past that. So we are gonna go in a different direction and I'm actually gonna clear coat over this. The clear coat is not only gonna protect the headlights and make them look good for a lot longer, but it's also gonna cover any of the little imperfections that sanding and polishing couldn't take out. But there is a trick to it because not all clear coats are created equal, especially when it comes to those out of a rattle can. Let me show you what we're working with. So this is Spray Max 2K Clear Glamour. Now, what makes this stuff different than something you'd buy at Home Depot or Lowe's is it's actually a 2-part clear coat. It's got this little thing on the bottom there. You actually like press that in with this cap they give you and it releases a hardener. So this is a 2-part clear, just like a normal clear coat that you'd shoot out of a gun. Because of that, it hardens just like real automotive clear does, not like that stuff out of a can that's $5 at Walmart. You can actually wet sand and buff this if you really want to. I've rattle canned a gas tank for a motorcycle and a few other little things using this clear specifically, and it is so good. You really cannot tell it comes out of a rattle can. So it's gonna look great on these headlights. It's gonna hold up really well. And like I said, if I put it down thick enough, I can even sand it down and buff it in the future if it does ever start to fade. I'm gonna put a link down below to Amazon where you can get that clear. Like I've said in the past, if you guys do buy anything from any of my Amazon affiliate links, it definitely helps me out. So I greatly appreciate that. I will give you a warning, it is way more expensive than your normal rattle can clear. If you're looking for like a $5 can, that's not it. But I will tell you the results are well worth it. If you're painting something that you want to last and look good, this is it. So check it out and drop a comment down below if you've used this stuff or if you're planning to use it. Let me know. Okay, enough talking. Let's get some clear on these headlights. All right, we've got one headlight hung up. Little pro tip here, these are just metal coat hangers hanging from the garage rafters. It's a trick I use all the time when it comes to painting things, and it works great. All right, let's get the other one sanded and up on there, and we'll be ready to shoot some clear. All right, just gotta clean them up and then we're ready for some clear. But before that, I do need to move these cars around because clear gets overspray everywhere. It like lingers in the air and kind of goes all over the place. So if you're doing this at home in your garage, definitely move your cars, maybe cover anything you don't want overspray on. The floor is not a big deal. Once it dries, you can just kind of like sweep it off and it should be fine. But definitely don't want to shoot clear this close to a car. So I'm gonna pull the fit out of the garage, maybe just scoot the Z over and then we'll be ready to spray. Okay, first coat down, you can see it almost looks textured. When you're laying clear down for your first coat, you definitely want to do kind of a dry coat. It just helps the clear adhere and it's gonna help the next coats look better. It's real easy to get carried away and want to lay that first coat on nice and thick and have it look super glossy, but you don't want to do that. Like I said, first coat should always be pretty dry, and this looks nice and consistent. It's exactly what we're looking for. We'll let this flash off for a few minutes and then we'll put another coat or two on top of that. Now, of course, these still need to dry, but that's after 4 coats, 2 light ones, 2 pretty heavy ones, and they look brand new. Really happy with how that turned out. See the other one over here. Super happy with that. It's kind of a cold day, so I have this little heater set up and I'm just kind of moving it around the headlights just to keep the temperature up so they don't take days to dry. I do need this car to be able to drive tomorrow. All right, it's time to get these shiny things on this car. I just got the fit all back together and I'm standing back looking at it, and man, the headlights made a world of difference. I'm so happy with how they turned out. This clear coat really does some amazing things because these headlights look brand new and it really made the whole car look brand new. Well, kind of. My paint's still iffy, but we'll fix that one of these days. For now, check out how good these headlights turned out. Like I said, I am really happy with the way this turned out. It's not often that I put some time into my daily driver, and I'm definitely happy I did because it needed it. The headlights were bad, the paint's still bad, and I'll fix that one of these days. But man, crazy what a difference such a simple little thing can do. So I definitely recommend this if you have some hazy old yellow headlights. Take a few hours, sand them down, shoot some clear on it. Definitely let this clear dry. It takes a while. Even when I was putting these on, I was super careful not to actually touch the headlights. If you press too hard into the clear, it will leave fingerprints or marks or scratches, anything like that. Definitely let it dry overnight if you can. I have to get to work super early in the morning. Plus, I wanted to show you guys this, so I figured I'd throw them on. The fit headlights also have a lot of room that you can hold that aren't the actual headlight lens, if that makes any sense. Anyways, that's just my warning telling you don't put your hands all over them 2 hours after you painted them. Well, that is going to be a wrap to this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to do this or if you did it. I'm curious to see if anybody else out there has done this with the 2K clear. I know it's kind of a popular method. I'm definitely not the first one to do it. So like I said, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.